Hi viewers. Today, Burkina Faso isn't just selling grain, it's rewriting its place in the world. A $14 billion partnership with India has turned a quiet farming nation into a global player. The news broke early in the morning. In Asia, the sun had just risen. In New York and London, traders were still yawning over their coffee, expecting a normal day. Then one headline flashed across screens. Burkina Faso signs $14 billion grain deal with India. The world was stunned. 20 million metric tons of maize and sorghum locked in for 10 years. Prices jumped instantly. Traders scrambled. TV anchors shouted historic shift. And rival exporters in South America and Eastern Europe suddenly looked worried. What made this so shocking? Simple. Burkina Faso had never been seen as a grain powerhouse. Gold, cotton, political struggles. Yes. Feeding the world? Never. India, meanwhile, grows huge amounts of food already. So why buy more? Why now? Because for India, this deal isn't about today's harvest. It's about tomorrow's security. Monsoons decide everything in India. Good rains bring plenty. Weak rains bring shortage. By tapping into Burkina Faso's grain belt, India builds a safety net. When skies fail at home, ships from Africa will keep markets steady. For Burkina Faso, this isn't just a contract. It's recognition. A chance to prove that its soil, its farmers, its people can power something bigger. But getting here wasn't easy. No ocean, no ports, no direct route. For a landlocked country, exporting millions of tons sounded impossible. Yet instead of giving up, both nations turned the problem into opportunity. Together they upgraded railways, expanded roads, and secured port access in neighboring states. What looked like a barrier became a symbol of cooperation. India also brought more than cash. It promised silos, irrigation, training, and technology. That's why Burkina Faso chose India over bigger exporters. No strings, no masters, just partners. The impact is already rippling. Across West Africa, neighbors are asking, if Burkina Faso can do it, why not us? Farmers feel hope. Politicians see a model. The world sees a new player rising. Of course, critics remain. Brazil, Argentina, Ukraine, they don't like losing market share. Analysts whisper of price wars ahead. Others in Burkina Faso worry. Will exports starve the local people? The government thought of that too. A fixed share of grain is reserved for domestic use, no matter how high world prices climb. Part of the revenue will fund irrigation and subsidize food at home. The deal goes deeper still. Sorghum will feed India's booming dairy and poultry sectors, keeping milk, chicken, and eggs affordable for millions. Storage, transport, and farming upgrades in Burkina Faso will last long after the deal ends. This is more than trade. It's development, and at its core, it's politics. India shows it won't sit out Africa's rise. Burkina Faso shows it can choose partners on its own terms. Together, they send a clear message. Power in global food markets is no longer locked in the hands of a few. The next decade will test this partnership. Climate shocks, price swings, political changes. But if it holds, it could become a model for a new kind of global trade. Equal, strategic, and future-focused. What began as 3 paragraphs of plain text shook global markets. Because sometimes the simplest words carry the loudest power. Burkina Faso is no longer just landlocked. It is unlocking a future where its fields feed the world.